One of the most loved actresses from this show went missing for several days. Nobody knew where she was. Her family was terrified. Her fans were following every update they could find online, and then she was found safe. But the story of what happened during those days stayed with people long after it ended. Another cast member from this show went from a quiet British drama to one of the biggest streaming series in the world, playing a young version of one of the most famous characters in all of fiction. And one actor has a rare medical condition that affects his eyes, a condition that most viewers assumed was just part of his intense on-screen presence, never realizing it was something he has lived with his entire life. Foyle's War ran from 2000 to 2015 across 28 episodes. It never chased big moments or loud drama. It earned its audience slowly and kept them completely. But the people who made it have stories that go far beyond anything that happened in wartime Hastings. Stay to the end, because the last story on this list is the one most people never heard. Michael Kitchen as Christopher Foyle. There are actors who play a character, and there are actors who become one. Michael Kitchen became Foyle so completely that it is genuinely difficult to separate the two. The quiet authority, the small looks, the way he could say more with silence than most actors manage with a full page of dialogue. It all added up to one of the most distinctive performances in the history of British television across all 28 episodes. Kitchen was 53 when the show began in 2002 and is 77 today. He has been married to Rowena Miller since 1988, and they have 2 children together. Throughout his entire career, he has given almost no interviews, attended almost no public events, and shared almost nothing about his personal life. Most actors at his level have a carefully managed public presence. He simply does not. For a large part of his audience, that quietness is inseparable from why they find him so compelling. The mystery off-screen matches the character on-screen, and he has never seen any reason to break that. Honeysuckle Weeks as Samantha Stewart. Sam Stewart is the warmth at the center of Foyle's War. Without her presence across all 28 episodes, the show would have been a much colder place. She and Foyle work as a pair because they are completely different people who respect each other completely, and Weeks played that dynamic with a lightness that never once felt easy or unthought. She was just 23 when filming began in 2002 and is 46 today. She was married to a hypnotherapist from 2007 until their divorce in 2019, and they have 1 son together. In 2018, she disappeared for several days in Brighton. Her family did not know where she was. The story spread quickly, and people who had followed her work for years were genuinely frightened. She was found safe, and her family addressed what had happened publicly. It was a difficult and very human moment for someone who had spent years being associated with one of the most cheerful characters on British television. Her fans responded with relief and with care, which said something about the kind of connection the show had built over the years. Anthony Howell as Sergeant Paul Milner. Milner was the man who showed up and did the work. He was not complicated in the way some characters on the show were. He was loyal, reliable, honest, and good at his job, and across 21 episodes through 7 series, and those qualities never felt boring because Howell played them with a quiet conviction that made Milner feel completely real. Howell was 30 when the show launched and is 54 today. After Foyle's War ended, he continued building his career across British film and television, and taking on roles that showed a range that the steady, dependable Milner never had the chance to demand from him. He has remained working consistently and is well regarded within the industry. Julian Ovenden as Andrew Foyle. Andrew Foyle gave the show something it would not have had otherwise: a window into Christopher's emotional life through the relationship between a father and a son who love each other and find it almost impossible to say so. Julian Ovenden played that difficulty with a sensitivity across 8 episodes that made every scene between him and Kitchen land harder than it should have. Ovenden was 25 when the show began and is 49 today. He married opera singer Kate Royal in 2010, and they have 2 children together. That is a partnership between 2 people at the top of very different performing arts disciplines, and it has remained strong. Beyond the show, Ovenden has built a second career as a concert performer and recording artist, releasing critically praised work and performing in sold-out venues across the UK. It is a career path that few television actors take seriously, and he has made it work completely. And Jeremy Swift as Glenville Harris. Most people who know Jeremy Swift today know him from Ted Lasso, the global streaming hit that earned him an Emmy nomination and introduced him to an audience many times larger than anything he had reached before. His character in that show, Warm, awkward, and completely sincere. Became one of the most discussed supporting performances of its run. But Swift appeared in Foyle's War first, across 6 episodes of the show's final series. He was 53 during production and is 65 today. He has been married to actress Mary Roscoe since 1992, and the two share a connection that extends beyond their personal life into their professional one. His wife plays his character's wife in Ted Lasso. A real married couple playing a fictional married couple in one of the most watched shows in the world is the kind of coincidence that sounds made up, but it is simply what happened. Tim McMullen as Arthur Valentine. Arthur Valentine is one of the most unsettling presences in the show's later years. He moves through scenes with a quiet menace that keeps you watching him even when he is not the focus. McMullen was around 50 during production and is 63 today, and something that most viewers never knew while watching him is that he has a rare genetic condition called blepharophimosis syndrome, which affects the appearance of his eyes. The intense and distinctive gaze that felt so perfect for a morally shadowy character is something he was born with, not something created for the role. He has spoken about it openly in interviews and has made a point of raising awareness rather than keeping it private. His career has covered an enormous range of work, and he has never let the condition define or limit what he takes on. And Daniel Weyman as Adam Wainwright. Of everyone in this cast, Daniel Weyman has made the most dramatic leap from where Foyle's War left him to where he is now. He played Sam's devoted husband in the show's final series across 6 episodes. A warm, grounded presence in a quieter domestic storyline. He was around 35 during production and is 48 today. After the show, he was cast in Amazon's The Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power, and one of the most expensive and widely watched productions in the history of streaming television. He plays a character later revealed to be a young version of Gandalf, one of the most recognized figures in all of fiction. The distance between a small supporting role in a beloved British period drama and standing at the center of a global fantasy epic is enormous. He crossed it completely. Ellie Haddington as Hilda Pierce. Hilda Pierce is the character you can never quite read. Her loyalties shift just enough across 9 episodes to keep you slightly uncertain, and Haddington plays that ambiguity with a precision that makes every appearance feel significant even when the dialogue is sparse. She was first appeared in 2003 and is 71 today. She trained extensively in theater and has built a body of work across British stage and screen that is highly regarded by the people within the industry, even if her name is less immediately known to general audiences. Like Michael Kitchen, she keeps her personal life completely away from public attention and has always preferred that the performances stand on their own without anything else attached to them. Molly Harries as Jane Milner. Jane Milner appears in only 4 episodes, but the emotional weight she adds to Sergeant Milner's storyline is felt across the whole series. Harries was 25 when the show began and is 49 today. She has been married to fellow actor Matthew Gravel since 1999, and the two of them went on to become one of the most celebrated partnerships in Welsh television through their work together in the critically praised crime drama Hinterland. That show earned them both a level of attention and recognition that went well beyond the UK, introducing their work to an international audience that had never come across either of them before. It is the kind of second chapter that makes a career feel genuinely full. J. Simpson as Sergeant Ian Brooks. Simpson joined the show in its 4th series and appeared across 7 episodes in a reliable, grounded role that gave the police procedural side of the show a steady human anchor. He was around 40 when he joined in 2006 and is 60 today. Since leaving Foyle's War, he has appeared in 2 of the most talked about British productions of the last decade, Chernobyl and Black Mirror. And both shows reached audiences far beyond the UK and were discussed seriously as some of the best television of their respective years. Landing meaningful roles in both of them is the kind of record that reflects a consistent level of craft. But Rupert Vansittart as Sir Alec Mearson. Vansittart brings the kind of establishment authority to his role in the show's final 2 series that feels immediately believable. He was 55 during production and is 68 today. He has been married to actress Emma Van Zant since 1987, and they have 2 children together. Audiences who follow prestige television will recognize him from Game of Thrones, where his ability to inhabit powerful and faintly threatening figures made him a natural fit for that world. His career has been built on exactly that kind of role, figures who hold power and make you slightly uncomfortable about the fact that they do. 13 years, 14 people. And the stories that came after the show ended are as layered and as human as anything Foyle ever investigated. A woman who went missing and was found safe. An actor with a condition he was born with that became part of what made him unforgettable on screen. A man who went from a small supporting role in a quiet British drama to the center of one of the most watched fantasy series in streaming history. Foyle's War built its audience through patience and trust. The people who made it have done the same with their lives, quietly, steadily, and without needing anyone to make a loud announcement about it.